Friends, reading a book means moving 30 to 40 years ahead in life. Now think about this: what if there's only one thing in your life, which if you do, will make everything else easier or unnecessary? What if the key to success is already in your hands, but that key opens just one door, and that very door leads you to your ultimate destination? Gary Keller and Papasan's book, The One Thing, teaches us exactly this. Why try pointing backhand index to achieve true success and peace? We must find our one thing and focus completely on it. This book has 18 chapters, divided into 3 major parts. The lies, the myths we believe in, which actually hold us back. The truth, the real path that makes us productive and successful. Extraordinary results, how to achieve massive results through the one thing. Today, I am going to walk you through every chapter of this book in simple words with stories and examples so that these lessons don't just sound good, but actually sink deep into your heart and mind. So get ready for this journey, the one thing. Part 1, The Lies, Myths and Illusions. Chapter 1, Everything Matters Equally. Our lives are filled with endless to-do lists, office work, household chores, phone calls, social media, and we believe that everything matters equally. But the truth is, not everything is equally important. Why try pointing backhand index? Only a few tasks truly drive real results. To explain this, the author refers to the Pareto Principle, 80-20 rule. 20% of your work gives you 80% of the results. But mastery comes when you choose just one from that 20%, the most impactful action. Example. A student has 10 subjects to study. If he divides time equally, he'll stay average. But if he focuses on just 1 to 2 subjects that matter most for his future, his performance will skyrocket. Why try pointing backhand index? Remember, success is equal to few things matter, most don't. So always begin your day with that one thing which creates the biggest impact. Chapter 2, Multitasking. Today multitasking is considered a skill. People say, I can talk on the phone, check my emails, and eat at the same time. But the truth is, multitasking is a lie. Why try pointing backhand index? The brain can only focus on one thing at a time. When you multitask, you are not doing tasks simultaneously, you are constantly switching tasks, which reduces efficiency. Example. Imagine you are driving while typing a WhatsApp message. Neither task will be done properly, and the risk of an accident increases. The author says, multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. Why try pointing backhand index? So if you want real results, do only one thing at a time. Chapter 3, A Disciplined Life. Most people think success requires extreme discipline. But the author says that's not true. Why try pointing backhand index? Success comes not from discipline, but from habits. Discipline is only required in the beginning. When you repeat an action long enough, it turns into a habit, and then discipline is no longer required. Example. If you want to start running every morning, for the first 20 to 30 days you'll need to push yourself. But after it becomes a habit, you'll naturally wear your shoes and head out. Why try pointing backhand index? To change your life, you don't need mountains of discipline, just a few key habits. Chapter 4, Willpower is always on will call. We often believe willpower is always available on demand. But this too is a myth. Why try pointing backhand index? Willpower is limited. It's strongest in the morning, but weakens as the day progresses. Example. You might promise yourself in the morning to stick to a diet. But by night, resisting pizza feels almost impossible because your willpower is already drained from small decisions throughout the day. Why try pointing backhand index? Solution: always do your one thing in the morning when your energy and willpower are at their peak. Chapter 5, A Balanced Life. We are told to always maintain work-life balance. But the author says balance isn't always possible. Why try pointing backhand index? Sometimes success requires imbalance. Example. If you are preparing for a competitive exam, you may need to sacrifice movies or social outings for months. This imbalance is what drives you forward. Why try pointing backhand index? So stop chasing perfect balance. Focus on the one thing that drives your purpose. Chapter 6, Big is Bad. Society often tells us, don't think too big, be practical. But that's another lie. Why try pointing back hand index? The truth is thinking big is the key to growth. Big thinking unlocks creativity, motivation, and new strategies. Example. If a businessman only aims to earn $10,000, he'll come up with small ideas. But if he aims for $100,000, his strategies and execution will automatically rise to a higher level. Why try pointing back hand index? Always think big about your one thing because big thinking leads to big results. White heavy checkmark summary of part 1. The 6 lies that hold us back. Everything matters equally crossmark false. Multitasking works crossmark false. Success needs extreme discipline crossmark false, habits matter. Willpower is always available crossmark false, it's limited. A balanced life is possible crossmark false, imbalance is essential. Big is bad crossmark false, big is growth. Why try pointing back hand index? Once we spot these lies, we find the right direction. And that takes us to part 2, the truth. Part 2, the truth. Chapter 7, the focusing question. The easiest way to gain clarity is by asking the right question. Why try pointing back hand index? The author gives us a powerful question, the focusing question. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it everything else will be easier or unnecessary? This single question can change your life. Example. If you want to lose weight, instead of chasing 100 tips, ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do that will make everything else easier? The answer could be, walk 30 minutes every morning. This one habit improves your diet, sleep, and energy automatically. Why try pointing back hand index? Use this question in every area of life: career, health, business, relationships. Action point for listeners. Write this question in your diary today and answer it honestly. Chapter 8, the success habit. Success is not a one-time event. Why try pointing back hand index? Success is a habit built by asking the focusing question daily. Example. When Bill Gates and Warren Buffett were once asked about their success secret, both had the same answer: focus. Why try pointing back hand index? Focus is the habit that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. To build this habit, time blocking is critical. Reserve a fixed time every day just for your one thing. Action point. Block at least 4 hours daily for your one thing. These 4 hours can change your life. Chapter 9, Big is not bad, big is great. Small thinking brings small steps and small results. Big thinking brings big ideas, confidence, and innovation. Example. Google's vision from day one was, organize the world's information. If their vision was only, build a search engine, would they have become the Google of today? Why try pointing back hand index? So always think big about your one thing. White heavy checkmark summary of part 2. Ask the focusing question, what's my one thing? Make it a habit, apply it daily. Think big because big vision leads to extraordinary results. Why try pointing back hand index? Now let's move to part 3, extraordinary results. Part 3, extraordinary results. Chapter 10, Live with purpose. Success begins with purpose. Without purpose, you are just existing, not truly living. Example. If a ship captain doesn't know the destination, the ship will only drift aimlessly. Why try pointing back hand index? Purpose gives you direction. And once your direction is clear, finding your one thing becomes easy. Action point. Ask yourself, what is my life's purpose? Chapter 11, Life by priority. Purpose gives clarity. Priority gives action. Why try pointing back hand index? People say, priorities, but the truth is there's always only one priority. Example. If passing an exam is your purpose, your daily priority must be study, everything else comes second. Chapter 12, Life for productivity. Productivity means doing the right thing, not doing more things. White right pointing back hand index busy is not equal to productive. Busy is equal to constant hustle. Productive is equal to right direction. Example. 2 woodcutters were chopping trees. One kept cutting non-stop, while the other paused to sharpen his saw. Who cut more trees? White right pointing back hand index the one who sharpened the saw. That's productivity sharpening focus and working on the right thing. Chapter 13, The 3 Commitments. To achieve extraordinary results, commit to 3 things. Be the best at what matters most. Keep improving. Take full accountability. Chapter 14, The 4 Thieves. There are 4 thieves that steal your time and focus. Saying yes to everything. Fear of chaos, wanting everything perfect. Poor health habits. An environment that doesn't support your goals. White right pointing back hand index identify and eliminate these thieves. Chapter 15, The Journey. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. White right pointing back hand index every day you do your one thing, you are moving closer to success. Example. A farmer plants seeds daily and waters them. Slowly, crops grow. Success works the same way. Chapter 16, Putting the one thing to work. White right pointing back hand index now it's time to implement. Times identify your one thing. Times block time daily for it. Times remove distractions. Consistency is the real game changer. Chapter 17, The One Thing and You. The one thing isn't only for career, it works in personal life too. White right pointing back hand index ask yourself. Times health, what's the one thing for my health? Times relationships, what's the one thing for my family? Times finance, what's the one thing for my money? Example. Health, daily morning walk. Relationships, 30 minutes of quality time with family daily. Chapter 18, The One Thing and Your Organization. The one thing applies to teams and organizations too. White right pointing back hand index every company grows based on its one vision. And every employee must align with it. Example. Apple's one thing, best user experience. Amazon's one thing, customer obsession. White right pointing back hand index when the whole organization aligns with one focus, extraordinary results follow. Conclusion. Friends, the one thing teaches us. Times not everything matters equally. Times multitasking is a lie. Times willpower is limited, do your one thing first in the morning. Times balance is a myth, success requires imbalance. Times think big to achieve big. Times ask the focusing question daily. Times purpose plus priority plus productivity is equal to extraordinary results. White right pointing back hand index remember, success isn't complicated. You just need to find your one thing and focus on it completely. So, I challenge you. Sit down today and write, what's my one thing? And for the next 30 days, work on it daily. Because the one thing reminds us. White right pointing back hand index, you don't need to do everything to change your life. You only need to focus on the one thing that truly matters. Now it's your turn. Think today what's your one thing? And start working on it not tomorrow, but right now. White right pointing back hand index remember, focus is power. When you direct your energy to the right thing, the results will be extraordinary. If you liked this audio, subscribe to the channel and comment what's your one thing. Thank you person with folded hands. See you in the next episode. And watch how your productivity and results touch the sky.